My name is Ashley Bernard, and I'm the principal at Marble Falls Middle School. I would like to welcome you to the 2020 Marble Falls Middle School Virtual Veterans Day program. While things might look a little different this year, we still want to recognize our veterans for the sacrifices to our great country. Veterans Day is a federal holiday that is held annually on November 11th. This date signifies the end of World War I, and every year we remember our veterans who have served our country in times of war and peace. Many of us, including myself, have veterans in our family, so today is personally important. My grandfather, who is 94 years young, is a World War II veteran. He was one of the first men who arrived in Germany and was responsible for restoring radio communications during the war. Today, I recognize him, my uncles, and all U.S. veterans. Thank you to our men and women for serving the greatest country in the world, and I hope you thank a veteran today. Today, we will have performances from the middle school choir, band, and theater department, as well as some words from a veteran teacher. We also have special guests who are former Marble Falls Middle School students and are currently serving in the military. I would like to say a special thanks to our choir directors, Andre Jackson and Sarah Trogdon, our band directors, Rachel Fanley and Courtney Avina, our theater directors, Pam Saxon and Melissa Fontenot, as well as Michelle Jett for putting this program together. We hope you enjoy the show.
How's it going, Marble Falls Middle School? My name is Specialist James Garrison from Marble Falls, but currently I'm stationed at Fort Wainwright in Fairbanks, Alaska. I'm in the U.S. Army. In the Army, I'm a UH-60 Black Hawk crew chief. I do everything from maintenance. I'm a door gunner. I do sling loads. I'm in charge of everybody that gets on and off the aircraft, and it's a great job. I really love it. Back at Marble Falls, I was involved in football, track, band. I was in Boy Scouts. I tried to do everything. I was in an FFA. So my advice to you guys is do everything that you want to try. Even if you don't think you're going to be good at it, just give it a shot. You never know what's going to happen. I didn't know about joining the Army, and I'm here doing what I love. So don't be afraid to take those chances. Thank you guys for all your support. Again, happy Veterans Day. Shout out to Miss Fanley for requesting this.
I see it like short person.
Hello, Marble Falls Middle School. My name is Corporal Garrett Jett. I am a combat medic attached to the Cobra Company, 2nd Battalion, 8th Cavalry Regiment. As a combat medic, some of my duties and responsibilities include the physical care and welfare of the soldiers in my company and platoon. Once upon a time, I was a student at Marble Falls Middle School, and I've been asked to share some advice for middle school students. I have 3 pieces of advice for you. First piece, if you have a goal, stick to it and break it down. This could be a small goal, this could be a large goal. Stick to it. And breaking it down is simple. Say you want to be a doctor. That may seem daunting, but it is 4 simple steps. Graduate high school, graduate pre-med, graduate med school, complete your residency. 4 simple steps. A lot of the information that is flowing around today can be disorienting. So figure out what you want to do and break it down. My second piece of advice: you don't have to have a goal now. Y'all are young. If you want to take some time to find who you are, do it. That's why I joined the military. I didn't know when I graduated college what I wanted to be. And especially in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to be, or even middle school. But in high school, they will be pushing you to choose sort of a career path to go down. Do what you want, experiment, and find what you want to do, what you like to do. So it's all right to not have a goal at this point. Even if you graduate high school, it's all right to not have a goal. You can take a couple years off, discover who you are. You can join the military, gain some skills and discipline needed to succeed in your future endeavors. But this moves on to my third piece of advice. Don't be complacent in your actions. If you do decide to take a year or 2 off, don't let that be it. Don't let you being a burger flipper or working some random job in your hometown be all that you amount to be. Continue to strive to move forward in small steps. Even if you don't have a goal, there are steps you can take. You can take leadership classes, or if you have sort of an idea, you can take some short classes about that. For example, I'm interested in gunsmithing, and I have recently started taking classes through the Army of how to manufacture and maintain firearms. I did not realize this was what I wanted to do when I was in middle school, when I was in high school, even up until a couple years ago. It's all right not to have a set goal, but don't be complacent and don't stagnate yourself and your personal development. Y'all have a good day.
Hey y'all, my name is Sam Bracken and I currently serve in the United States Navy. I've been in for a little over 7 years now, and I am a Marble Falls Middle School alumni. And fun fact, I used to play the tuba in band, and I also used to sing in the choir. So really pro music over here. So with me being in the Navy, my current job is culinary specialist, so I cook for the crew and whatnot. My first 2 years in the Navy, I was stationed over in Sasebo, Japan, on board the USS Ashland, which is an LSD or landing ship dock. And with that, we went to South Korea, Malaysia, Thailand, the Philippines, Australia, Guam, all sorts of good different places around there. So I really got to see a lot of Asia. Then I was transferred over to Mayport, Florida on board the USS Fort McHenry, which is another type of landing ship dock. And with that, we went all the way up to Norway, been to Spain. We did what's called Fleet Week in New York. So we got to show people just like you on board our ship and got to go explore New York City in dress whites and got to go be on like the Kelly Ripa show and all that good stuff. Right now I'm currently stationed up here in Newport, Rhode Island, which is the smallest state in the United States. And I serve for all the ladies and gentlemen that have gone to school and are currently working on being commissioned officers. So we cook for those guys. We cook for an upwards of 1,000 people per meal. So yeah, it is a lot of work, but it is so much fun. Being a culinary specialist in the Navy, you get to learn how to cook all sorts of different foods. You get to learn about nutrition. You get to learn how to bake if you're interested in that. The military often hosts different sorts of cooking competitions and all that good stuff. You can work anywhere from the White House to going underneath the water, and you can go be cooking on a submarine with for a really small crew, you can work on an aircraft carrier, which has just as many people as there is in the small town of Marble Falls. So there are so many options, so many ways to go. I hope y'all have a wonderful time. Happy Veterans Day. See y'all soon.
Hello there, Marble Falls Middle School. My name is Corporal Jonathan Cruzy, and I am a United States Marine. I am a combat engineer. I build roads, build bridges, and I breach doors utilizing plastic explosive and shotguns. Believe it or not, when I was young, I also went to Marble Falls Middle School, same as you all. I learned a lot there, did a lot of cool things. Believe it or not, I was in the band and the jazz band as well. Had a lot of fun there, did a lot of cool things, much like here. If there were anything that I wish I knew back then that I knew now, it was that every chance that I had, if I'd have taken it, I'd be happy. Just think about what's going to make you happy in the long run, because it might not be very happy in the moment. But if you can push through, you'll be a stronger, happier person for it. And I can tell you from experience, pushing through difficult times makes you a stronger person and a happier person. Thank you, MFMS, for your time.
Howdy, Marble Falls Middle School. I'm Second Lieutenant Marshal Jett of the United States Air Force. I am a combat systems officer and former student at Marble Falls Middle School. My mission in the Air Force is to fly, fight, and win in airspace and cyberspace. To do this as a combat system officer means I sit in the back of an airplane and I do everything except actually fly. I am running weapons, I'm running radar, I'm running radios, and a bunch of other things. If you're looking for an example of this from media, I am Goose from doing the same job as Goose from Top Gun or R2-D2 from Star Wars. When I attended Marble Falls Middle School, I was part of many things, including the chess club, the track and field team. I pole vaulted and cross country, and I was also on the basketball team. I then went on to Marble Falls High School, where I was part of the engineering and robotics program there, and eventually went on to Texas A&M University. If I would give any advice to my middle school self, it would be to continue following your dreams and to make sure to plan ahead.
The Things That Make a Soldier Great by Edgar Guest. The things that make a soldier great and send him out to die, to face the flaming cannon's mouth nor ever question why, are lilacs by a little porch, the row of tulips red, the ponies and the pansies too, the old petunia bed, the grass plot where his children play of roses on the wall. 'Tis these that make a soldier great, he's fighting for them all. 'Tis not the pomp and pride of kings that make a soldier brave, 'tis not allegiance to the flag that over him may wave. For soldiers never fight so well on land or on the foam, as when behind the cause they see the little place they call home. In danger but that humble street whereon his children run, where you make a soldier of the man who never bore a gun. What is it through the battle smoke the valiant soldier sees? The little garden far away, the budding apple trees. The little patch of ground back there, the children at their play. Perhaps a tiny mound behind the simple church of gray. The golden thread of courage isn't linked to Castle Dome, but the spot where it may be, the humblest spot they called home. And now the lilacs bud again, and all is lovely there. And homesick soldiers far away, no spring is in the air. The tulips come and bloom again, the grass once more is green, and every man can see the spot where all his joy has been. He sees his children smile at him and hears the bugle call, and only death can stop him now. He's fighting for them all.
Hey, what's up, Marble Falls Middle School? I'm Aviation Structural Mechanic 2nd Class Lyle Schmidt. I've been in the Navy for 3.5 years. In the past 2.5 years, I've been a structural mechanic on these guys, MH-60 Sierra helicopters. I'm stationed at HSC 25 in Guam. What we do is we provide support to the 7th Fleet that is sailing around in the Pacific Ocean. As a structural mechanic, I primarily work on the structure, so the skin and the frame, the landing gear, and cooling for the avionics, also flight controls. Way back before the Navy, I also attended Marble Falls Middle School. So, shout out to Miss Ripley, Mr. Taylor, and my mom, Mrs. Schmidt. If I was back in middle school, I would tell myself to take advantage of as many opportunities as I could. I would try football, track, all the sports, all the theater, chess, anything. Just try it all, because you never know what you're going to like, and never give up on something just because it's hard. And so, lastly, to wrap it up, show you a few clips of what we've been doing in the past 7 months here on Detachment 3 at HSC 25.
Woo! What's up? My name's Austin Sellers. I'm active duty captain. I was in the Air Force, but as of about 2 months ago, transferred over to the Space Force. I went to Marble Falls Primary School and elementary school and middle school and high school, and then graduated in 2011. After I graduated, I went to college at the Air Force Academy in Colorado. The Air Force Academy is basically like a normal college mixed with a military training school. So you get a degree, and then you also learn how to become an officer in the Air Force. So after that, I commissioned and became an officer in the Air Force, and then went on to do some pretty cool stuff. My job is to protect our ability to use space. There's tons of things in your life that rely on space that you probably don't even realize. And without satellites and the ability to launch rockets and do stuff like that, our lives would be totally different. So to do that, we have to know everything that's going on in space around Earth. So we do things like tracking launches, tracking satellites, and predicting re-entries. And then we'll use all of this data to perform analysis and predictions and warn people of potential threats and stuff like that. So for example, one of the things we do is track re-entries. If a satellite or piece of debris or something is going to re-enter the atmosphere and potentially hit the ground, we want to know when that's going to happen, where that's going to happen, so we can warn the appropriate people. So I think one of the coolest parts of my job is working with NASA. Since the Space Force tracks everything in space, there's thousands of satellites and there's hundreds of thousands of pieces of debris, like trash, old satellites, bolts, just random stuff like that that's still in orbit. And we analyze all of those orbits and then predict potential collisions with the space station so that we can warn NASA and protect the lives of the astronauts in space. And these are all the NASA expeditions I've worked on so far. And I think it's pretty cool that really right after high school, being like 18, 19, 20 years old, you can do something like that and have that much responsibility. When I was in middle school, I did a robotics club, and then I was also in band. And then in high school, I joined the drum line and then did track, cross country, and soccer. I think when you're middle school, high school, and in college, setting priorities is really important. So yes, it's definitely important to have goals. It's definitely important to work hard. But also you want to make sure you're spending time with friends and family, making memories, having experiences, and really enjoying your life, and kind of balancing those things, but also making sure you're working towards your goals and working hard. So maybe I'll see you guys around. Peace.
Hey, Marble Falls Middle School. My name is Mrs. Dahl, and I am a teacher here at the middle school, and I am also a veteran of the United States Armed Forces. When I was 20, way back in 1990, I made the decision to enlist in the United States Army as a combat medic. I was stationed at William Beaumont Army Medical Center at Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas. And while I was there, I worked in labor and delivery and the postpartum units, where I got to help deliver babies and take care of moms and take care of the babies after they were born. I was asked to share a little bit about my time in the military and why I wanted to join. I can tell you, I knew pretty early on that the military was something that I wanted to do. I'd always wanted to serve my country. I also knew that I wanted to be a teacher. I went to college for a couple of years and then decided at that time that I would enlist. I enlisted during the first Gulf War. I was not deployed. I didn't have to go overseas. And I'm very proud of my service. I'm proud to be associated with other veterans who have been part of the United States military since the birth of our nation. I'm proud to be part of people that have fought for our freedoms, that have fought for democracy, that have kept other people safe all over the world. I'm proud to be part of people who have sacrificed their lives so that we have freedoms. I'm proud to be part of a military that many have sacrificed their health. They've sacrificed time, months, and years away from their families so that we can live free in this country. It's maybe one of the things that I'm most proud of in my life, along with being a mom and being a wife. So if you have any questions and you want to talk about it all, about serving your country or being in the military, I'd love to chat with you about it. I'm very thankful to be a teacher here, and I'm very thankful that I get to serve you now in this wonderful place. Go get 'em Mustangs.